Oh.
Welcome back. We're finally back on the air here. I'm Spike.
I'm Chris.
That's still
What's
Chris.
up?
This is still Geeking Out. And, yeah, I'm still selling things around here. Been a rough month, but January's over.
Yes.
After all the wildfires, after all the floods, after World War III, 30 days, never forget.
Groundhog saw a shadow.
After all that stuff, Groundhog didn't see
Didn't see shit.
Didn't see nothing, so that means
Sorry,
early spring. So all you global warmings can just suck it. Anyway, it has been a busy week, and I understand you got a list of things about that long that you want to talk about, news items and stuff. But
well, yeah, there's a few things that we could throw out there.
now, last week we did what, a 50-minute episode? I think it was about 50 minutes by the time I finished piling on the end credits and the opening and everything else. I think it was way up there. We're going to try not to do that to you again, but who knows where we go with this one, because quite frankly, there's a bunch of stuff to get to.
I could talk all day.
We're going to try to do an episode on GEEKIN Takeout. We're going to do a GEEKIN Takeout episode this week where we talk about fast food news. For example, tachos. If you don't know what a tacho is, I'll explain what a tacho is here in another episode. But
A
tacho from Sonic. So, no, I don't know why Sonic's still sticking around, but they are, by golly, and they're going to punish you with the tachos. Anyway.
And that episode, you're going to gain a few pounds while watching us talk about it.
Hey, I just ate a 5-layer burrito, pal. That one's got enough bean jalapeno in it. You're going to be regretting coming in here. So, anyway, boomerang. Good enough to come back. Anyway, so news stuff. This episode is the NOOZ newsy stuff. So what you got?
Stuff. All right.
Talk to me, and I'll tell you why I don't care.
Well, let's talk about Atari. You remember Atari? Do you?
Isn't that the one with the elephant walk?
Yeah.
That was that safari movie, right? Atari. Why would I want to go to Nairobi for a hotel? Motel? Motel?
It's a hotel. Anyway, Atari is opening up 8 game-themed hotels across the U.S.
But you can only go left, right, up, and down. And the music sounds like a 4-bit synthesizer. But anyway, yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny if that's how they placed it on the map?
Instead of Roku's, every screen, every TV in the Atari hotel is run by an Atari 2600. That's what you stream on.
That'd be so.
So when you're trying to watch Stranger Things, it's all in 4-bit characters and stuff, and not even 8-bit. That would be in the Nintendo hotel. And by the way, that's coming to Universal Studios next year, supposedly. Nintendo Land to the Universal Florida Studios. So Atari, an Atari hotel. Now I've actually seen a picture of this with the big old Atari logo. I always liked the Atari logo, but
true. I've
always been a sucker for decent design. But God, they couldn't build a computer to save their lives.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be Capcom.
Then it'll be delayed.
So
the Atari hotels will be made by the lowest bidders. In about a week. In about a week by one builder, and he's got to sit there and use like all these blocks and stuff. And
I honestly would.
All the lights will blink out randomly. Anyway,
I would so stay at one of these things. I so would.
That's because the center little slope in the Atari logo, that's your emergency exit in case the room you're staying in blinks out. In case the hotel crashes. Like Pitfall. No, that's Activision. Better not do that. Anyway.
Shit. God.
Lost him. Watch it with your fucking foul mouth, boy. Anyway. So, the Atari Hotel.
Yeah.
The Atari Notel Hotel. Somebody's apparently making money off. I think it's who in the hell owns Atari now? I don't know. Got me.
It isn't me.
I have one of these crappy Amazon Fire things that takes about 15 minutes to say ouch after you poke it on the screen, so I can't look it up right now. But whoever they are, this is what I said. This is what I finished up my thoughts when we were discussing this earlier about the Atari Hotel. I used to laugh at Apple when they came out with the iPod, because I was like, who would want that? Who's laughing now, buddy? It can't. Comebacks can happen. They don't happen often, but they can happen. Anyway, so what else you got?
All right, so Disney has hired Owen Wilson to play a major role, which has not been said exactly who he'd be playing, in the new Loki series on Disney Plus.
Now, I'm trying to think who has not been used in any of the Thor movies, and it's not like I've really watched the Thor movies, but who... This is going to be in the Thor cinematics, so it's got to be somebody who hasn't been cast yet. Who would it be? I'm thinking Beta Ray Bill. You know who Beta Ray Bill is?
You know what?
That's the big old animal-looking thing who is worthy of picking up Mjolnir.
You know what? Due to the fact that Owen Wilson does play a lot of cowboys, yeah, I can actually see that.
Or else he'd be the frog god of thunder.
All I can say is, wow.
Beta Ray Bill, I think, would be a good bet.
I can't believe I did that.
So anyway.
I did do that.
Now, you said that's a thing. I'm sorry.
It is
not
a thing.
Officially a thing because I haven't seen it yet.
He doesn't know about Owen Wilson's wow.
Couldn't care less about Owen Wilson's wow. Owen Wilson.
I can't do it.
I remember Owen Hart. I liked Owen Hart. Owen Wilson is that less talented, less funny one on Dumb and Dumberer, right?
No.
Not Owen Wilson?
No, that's not Owen Wilson.
So who's Owen Wilson?
Owen Wilson was in Night of the Museum as the little cowboy dude. He was in Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights with Jackie Chan. He's done a lot of... I don't even know why I tried to explain this.
Whoever he is, I
anyways.
reject his reality. Anyway.
Okay, so anyway, more news.
I reject his existence. Move on.
All the cast: Danny Glover, Mel Gibson, and who's the director? Don, whatever. But anyway, cast, crew, everybody's coming back to do a Lethal Weapon 5.
Now, I'm sorry, but hasn't Brother Man retired yet? Is Danny Glover's character not... In the first movie, wasn't he a day away from retirement? How are all these movies happening on the same day before retirement? Or did he unretire? Because I stopped paying attention after the first one.
I don't know how these are going.
I know what's-his-face is in there somewhere. Joe Pesci.
I don't know Joe Pesci. Look, they took Joe Pesci. He was actually in retirement. But they brought him back for The Irishman. So I don't know if they're going to do the same on this. I would love to see more Joe Pesci. Honestly. Bring back Joe Pesci. Come on, Joe Pesci. Come on. But, anyway.
Had the picture of baby Danny DeVito that I found on Reddit. Posted it to the Twitter that you guys never look at. At Twitter. The Twitter handle is who what where WHOWOTWARE. He's trying to talk me into putting a little scroll down here at the bottom or something showing these things.
Just something that will show up saying where to find us. Sure.
We'll see what I can do. That involves more effort in post-production, and I'm running on a TI 994A right now. There's a dated reference. Yes, and I don't have enough coffee. Anyway,
alright, so anyway, Batman news. Good Lord. Okay, so I don't know how this new Batman movie is going to be.
Is this the one with Bat Sparkles in it?
Yes, Bat
Robert
Sparkles.
Pattinson.
Oh boy. Anyways, this movie is supposed to be...
Baticorn.
I don't understand it. I'm a Batman fan. I love Batman. It might be alright, but I have issues right away.
Okay, now hold on. Stop. We're going to go into... Let's go ahead and stop right here. We're going to stop. We're going to pull this over to the side of the Geekiness Turnpike. And your old Uncle Spike's going to sit here and he's going to analyze what the problem is, and we're going to diagnose. We're doing a little diagnostics here. So, what is the problem you're having with the new Batman movie, aside from the fact that it has Bat Unicorn in it?
Well, it was supposed to be... Matt Reeves is supposed to do a Batman movie that is also more of the detective comics.
Which is what I've been calling for all along, yes.
But I don't know how much of a detective this whole thing is going to be if you have all these villains in it. So I'm going to name off these villains.
What villains? Name villains. Which
all
villains?
right, we got Catwoman,
Yeah.
Penguin,
Yeah.
Riddler,
Yeah.
Falcone, and Two-Face.
Okay, let's back it up a second. Okay, Catwoman is not a villain. She's a supporting character now. Honestly, always has been since roughly the 50s,
kind of,
60s. Yeah, she's always been a sort of part-time lover for Batman. But anyway, so who else we got? Penguin.
Who
else?
Falcone.
Mm-hmm.
Riddler, and Two-Face.
Okay. So Two-Face used to be the DA, Harvey Dent, there, okay. Falcone, I can't remember his first name, but I know he was the big mob boss in Gotham. So we've got organized crime, we've got the DA prosecuting organized crime, we have Batman's unofficial love interest in it. The Penguin is the Penguin. Right now, it sounds like Batman Returns. Who else? The Riddler?
Yeah.
So who's playing the Riddler?
Oh, I can't remember the actor's name, honestly.
Man, obviously,
I've seen him in like somewhat. I know that the guy who the Penguin is Colin Farrell, and that to me that's a little bit of like, well, okay.
If Colin Farrell's doing the Penguin, then he's going to do a different take from the stereotypical Burgess Meredith type.
Yeah.
Type that Danny DeVito channeled into Batman Returns. The Penguin, listening to it, it sounds like this is going to have something to do with organized crime. The Riddler has, of late, been involved, because the Riddler is brilliant, okay? The character Edward Nygma actually is a genius-level IQ. He's just got this pathological thing about leaving riddles, okay? In the comics, he has actually gone into the private detective business and tried to show up Batman on several occasions, solving crimes before he can. And again, remember, Batman of recent years, especially in the movies, on TV, in the comic books, he's been the tough guy who drives a tank around and calls it a Batmobile. He hasn't been thinking that much. So when Riddler starts turning on the little brain trust there, and start showing Batman to be a big over-hulking idiot, honestly, then that could be a way it goes. You're going to have to, it depends on how they're handling this thing. If they're going to, this sounds like it's going to be setting up for another trilogy. Because you're putting in, just because you have the characters there doesn't mean each one's going to get a half-hour of screen time.
Yeah,
you could introduce the Riddler as a supporting character, just like Catwoman, technically a villain, but when Riddler does his little flip to being a consulting detective, he's actually taking down criminals because he's outsmarting them. Which is like a roundabout way of establishing how much of a intellectual badass that the Riddler is. Anyway.
I mean, it did have me worried. It does kind of still have me worried because Hollywood.
Hollywood has made this mistake before with Batman. They overload the villains. Now, that's what you're thinking. You're thinking
exactly.
Like Batman. You're thinking Batman 3. You're thinking Bat Nipples. You're thinking way back to where you had Schwarzenegger in it, and
see, Nolan did it right. The rest of them just. But now, again, like what you said, these characters could be actual in the movie, but before Harvey Dent becomes Two-Face.
Is this Matt Reeves' Batman movie? Is this the one he's doing?
Yes.
Okay. Here's how you can do this and make it a detective movie. You can make this a mystery movie, okay? There's actually all kinds of ways you can do, because you got a whole bunch of Batman stories, especially here from the last 30 years or so, that just go off in different directions. Imagine this, okay? You've got Edward Nygma the Riddler, okay? Batman busts his chops at the very beginning and Max with Catwoman afterwards, okay? Let's say there's no Robin here, okay? Hopefully. So you got Falcone, who's being set up. He's the guy in charge of the Mafia in Gotham. You have the Penguin maybe coming in. That's Colin Farrell trying to move in and take over the territory. You've got Harvey Dent as Two-Face. You've got all these machinations and stuff going on. And at the end of this first movie, let's say it's a trilogy, at the end of this first movie, Penguin disposes of Falcone. He takes over the rackets. But he's got to pin the murder on somebody because, I mean, this is a guy very much in the public eye. So, who would he blame for it? Would he blame the Riddler? No, because everybody thinks the Riddler's an idiot. The Riddler's trying to prove who he is. Is he going to blame Catwoman? Maybe, but that's kind of. He doesn't really want to get scratched up. She would make it hurt. Batman, come on, nobody's going to believe Batman. Batman doesn't kill. Hey, there's another big Gothamite running around, though, that we could frame for it. What if we frame Bruce Wayne for the murder? And then we fade to dark and have to wait for the second movie as Gotham. Now, Batman is the good guy, and the Gotham Police Department is chasing down Bruce Wayne. And Alfred's sitting there being sweated and everything. Of course, he's old school British SAS, so these guys ain't nothing to him. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And so, Batman finally manages to prove Bruce Wayne's innocent at the end of the second movie. In the third movie, now all of a sudden Colin Farrell, the Riddler, Catwoman, and now by this point we've got Two-Face, and they're all gearing up for one big showdown. Who's going to run Gotham from here on out?
I mean, I guess it could work.
It can work. It depends. Who's the director again? Why do I keep
Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves. He was the one who did. What did he do before? I know he's been involved.
Yeah, he's been in.
He's done movies before. He's
not one of those that I actually follow, though.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and see if this first one turns out right. And there's Death Cat sounding off. Death Cat says we've spent enough time on this first video. Have you got any other news things to drop on this one? Or what else you got?
I got two more things.
Okay, let's go ahead over two more things. Let's polish this off on the newsy stuff.
Disney is looking for its new live-action movie, Bambi.
See, now Disney is running out. I've seen somebody make this point before.
You know why they're doing
Disney is running out of it because they make a fortune off of each of these movies that they do. Because who wants to see crappy old traditional animation? No. That's like 80 years old. That's your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa's crap. We want CGI because we're idiots. But anyway, I digress. So, yes, but think about it this way. Think through the entire Walt Disney animated features, okay? What if they got left after they do Bambi?
Well,
what's left?
That's the thing. They need to stop looking at the high movies.
No. Think. What are they going to do next? Fantasia?
Oh, God.
Can you imagine doing Fantasia in CGI? Oh, hey, why don't we do Song of the South? That would.
Yeah.
In CGI, that would. And make sure you only hire white actors to play all the characters now. So, yeah.
No, don't.
We need white voice actors doing.
That will cause so much trouble.
Just hire Hank Azaria because you own his butt now that you bought The Simpsons and Fox. Make Hank Azaria do all the black animated characters. That'll do it.
No, that would go so.
Brer Rabbit, Brer Fox, Brer Bar.
They want to make money, not lose money.
And the Tar Baby. That would be hilarious. Yeah.
Lord.
That's all right. Let them do their Bambi. Let them make their money off of it. Disney's batting 1,000 right now. They're going to do Bambi. Let them do it. You know? But we're not going to discuss it ever again. Not on this show. I hereby declare a moratorium on all Bambi-related anything from this point forward. The only time
Mark this day.
I want a Bambi burger, and that's it.
Mark this day. Okay.
I
He
know,
says he
I
doesn't
know
want to
people who
talk
can
about
happen.
it, but wait until the movie comes out and something will happen. He'll have to talk about it.
This is a Bambi-free zone. Bambi ban.
Bambi,
This is Bambi radio right here. Bambi.
Good Lord.
So you got one more
Alright,
newsy,
yes. And
newsy
this one-
snooze. Yeah,
Yeah, this one's a big snoozy.
snoozy news.
I don't know who's doing it, but apparently they are developing 2 more Transformer movies.
Is this the one with the one where they cross over with the GoBots?
I don't know. They've lost me a long time ago.
See, I would do a GoBots movie. Cause for one thing, the licensing is on that. Tonka would give you GoBots to make them go away. Because that used to be Tonka's entry into the Transformers.
They've gotten so stupid.
I would
so stupid.
I would do a GoBots movie with all these little robots. Because if you remember GoBots, this is like Dora the Transformer style stuff. This is like baby stuff, the baby kid stuff. I would come up with these, and it's all a big giant military program. They're going to create these vehicles that can transform into robots and stuff, but they can't get them to work. None of them work. None of them actually go. I mean, they'll go, but they don't transform into robots or anything. Oh, they don't transform either.
And then they find
they change into robots.
And then they find a small print saying "Made in the U.S."
Made in China, brought to you by Corona. There you go. Anyway, but they can't get any of them to work, and you go through half the movie, and then all of a sudden it goes full Banana Splits. Remember the Banana Splits movie?
Oh gosh, you're going
And then all
way,
of a sudden,
way over.
somebody tries to ride one of the GoBots, and the GoBot suddenly transforms and splatters the guy. All the GoBots operate on blood.
Okay, now I'm liking this.
See, I can
I'm
spin
liking
anything,
this. I'm
guys.
liking this.
I can spin
that
almost
sounds-
anything here. But so forget the
Transformers horror movie. That means something.
forget the Transformers. Let's go full GoBots. And like I said, if anybody knows anybody at Tonka, just if they want to give me the rights, I'll go ahead and do it with like a $50 budget. I don't care. I'll do it. So anyway.
I like that.
Hey, you know more people in movies than I do. Got a story coming up with a supposed interview with somebody, but we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see what
just
happens.
don't know.
We don't do nearly enough interviews.
You
You guys are slacking. You know that? It's bad enough you're not watching anymore, but you're not putting us in touch with people that are worthy of interviews and stuff. Okay?
Yeah, you know what? Let's.
We got the one interview with the dude who did the really awesome paintings and stuff last summer, and haven't been able to do anything. We're trying to line up an actor right now that we're trying to do an interview with, but
Yeah.
we'll follow that on Who the Hell Are You and Why Should I Care. But
I mean, please, if there's somebody out there that you know that you.
it's not like he's going to be doing the talking. I do the talking. He just stands there and holds the camera because he
I don't know.
he gets all nervous and stuff when he does the interviews.
I don't know. When it comes to interviewing somebody who's been in movies, that's my territory,
You do it if
man.
you want. You do it if you want.
Territory.
Do it if you want. YANT, yont.
Don't.
If you want. Anyway, that all the...
You know, I never knew that the word yeet was a thing.
Yeet.
What the heck is
I've been going yeet for 48 years, going on 49.
What the heck does it mean?
Yeet.
Yeet.
Look it up.
Ah,
UrbanDictionary.com. No, wait, don't go to UrbanDictionary.com. don't infect your computer that way. Anyway, so is that all the
Yes,
snoozy stuff?
that is
Okay.
all the snooze.
We're going to wrap this episode. We'll have another episode coming some point or another where we're going to be doing GEEKIN OUT.
That's what we should do. We should add like news bits, but instead of calling it news, snooze.
Well, we can't call it newsy
Snooze.
because that's already online. Oh, we did forget one thing about the Roku and Fox.
Oh, yeah.
See, as we record this, we're recording this the Sunday of the big game because we're not allowed to use. We're not allowed to talk about bowls that may be super or otherwise because we don't have the license to do it.
Not even spaghetti bowls? Can't see. Oh,
Your butt went ding.
no.
Anyway.
Oh, no. I forgot to turn it off. Professionals.
Shark ass. Anyway. So anyway, Roku and Fox had a falling out. And a lot of people don't know this. I have Rokus. I use Rokus for all my streaming. People don't know this. Roku is turning itself, kind of like Google, into an advertising company. They're collecting advertising for what other people are doing, okay? So when you have an app on a Roku, if your app serves up its own ads, if you have your own ad server, you have to sign a revenue sharing agreement with Roku. You give them a taste of every ad you show. Well, Roku decided they wanted more of Fox's. They wanted a bigger taste of Fox's sweet, sweet advertising dollars, and Fox told them to go pound sand. So that comes out, I think it was Thursday or Friday. In very short notice, they let people know. This is like 2 days before the Super Bowl. And Roku's Fox app is about the only way you can stream the Super Bowl in 4K. You have to have a Roku, and it has to have a Fox app, and it has to be a Roku Ultra, and you have to have a 4K capable TV. But then you can watch the Super Bowl for free online in 4K. But
Oh, you said it.
what?
Super.
It's a news item. Screw it.
Oh, okay. Super Bowl!
Screw the NFL. See, now that's not news items. So you're host, buddy. The NFL's going to own your left butt cheek. Anyway.
Super Goal!
So anyway, they went ahead and booper soul. That's what I always call it. The booper soul. Anyway, back to it. Fox finally chickened out, gave in, and Roku and Fox came up some kind of settlement. Roku's probably not getting as much as they want. Fox gave up more than they wanted. That's the way these things usually are. A good compromise leaves everybody mad, so now you can still watch the Booper Soul in 4K on Roku's. And besides which, they were all advertising partners with the Booper Soul and the LFN and all the rest, so there should be no problem.
And then, if you're anything like me, let's just face it. We only watch that for one reason.
The
It
ads.
doesn't matter the ads and the performance, but mostly the ads.
Not the performance, the ads.
The ads
Besides-
is what makes it awesome.
You were saying something about the performers at the Super Bowl before the
Yeah,
show.
I didn't know that they don't get paid.
They don't get a dime, not one thin penny. It's
I didn't
it's
know
so
that.
they can get the exposure
Yeah,
because the NFL and the Booper Soul are so great.
I think that's the first time that I think, especially nowadays, any performer would actually be like, yeah, sure, I'll do it for free.
Anyway, we'll see whether I get this, whether I can actually get this episode produced and out before the Superb Owl begins or not.
Super owl.
Superb Owl.
Superb.
That's what we'll call it from now on, the Superb Owl, because Booper Soul sounds stupid. But anyway. So, with that, let's just go ahead and let it peter on out and die on the vine over on the side of the road and just make a stink, and everybody driving by just goes, what the hell was that? That was another episode of Geekin Out. I'm Spike.
Oh, Chris.
That is still Chris, and we will see you for the Super Eaten episode of Geekin Out coming up next time. Take care, y'all.